Next month, Kate and I are going on an exciting trip to Napa Valley, not just for social, but we're actually going to the 2022 AEM Annual Conference. And I think the theme this year is braving the elements.
This will be my second time going to the AEM annual meeting. Last year was great to meet a lot of faces I've been wanting to meet and getting to know them. But it's going to be really interesting being a year later, hearing what's been going on and how everyone's been braving the elements that they've faced even last year, and then how they're preparing for what's to come in 2023.
It's so important for us to stay immersed in our industry, to know what's happening today, but also know what's happening or supposedly going to happen tomorrow. And I think that's one of the elements that we're talking about, connectivity, cybersecurity, powering our machines differently, both in ag and construction, and what that looks like.
One of the things that I was the most surprised about last year is, as much as we wanted to learn about the machines, there was a lot of questions coming back at us about what we're seeing in the talent pool and in the recruiting space. So I am really excited to have some conversations while they plan their machines and what they do as a business to weather the elements. I'm interested to hear how we can work together to make sure that their companies are able to weather it better through their people also.
There are 2 times a year that everybody takes off their brand color and we all come together, and it's like a dynamic, talented group of people working to help our industries. And that's our FlyIn in Washington in September and our AEM Annual Conference. At last year's meeting, we went to a round table where they talked about how do we continue to feed the world. And when I lobbied in September with AEM, we really pushed for the PALS Act, which would give small to medium-sized farmers the ability to get grants and/or loans to put precision technology on the farm. And the year prior to that, we were lobbying for the infrastructure bill. So we could have connectivity in rural areas for our mining industry as well as our ag industry. So I'm excited this year to hear how the conversation, especially around food, changes.
The talent pool being different from how it has been in the past, it changes fast from company to company, from industry segment, from components being up and running, the way that people are prioritizing the inventory that they do have. So it fluctuates and moves extremely quickly. The talent pool is making their decisions based on a different set of criteria that they're looking for in their next company. There are a lot of people who have made some changes in the last couple years, whether they had to find something new in 2020 and now they're looking for their forever home, whether they now won't relocate, whether they know that they fit better within a certain size companies just from tribal knowledge and trial and tribulation. But prioritizing their happiness, their well-being, everybody is different, and really figuring out what each individual is motivated by is the most important thing with our talent pool. You can't just check boxes on a resume. That's not enough. It has to be something that someone's going to show up and want to do meaningful work every day, feeling appreciated and being trusted by their managers and company.
I hope I'm not talking out of turn here, but I am excited because I have the opportunity to moderate a panel this year. And it's a great panel because we're talking about how we prepare ourselves for the future. So I hope everybody can make that session. I'm gonna reach out to you and say, hey, come to the session just because, but I'm really, really looking forward to this. I think it's gonna be a great discussion, and I know AEM always does a phenomenal job of having such a great lineup at the conference. So it's just a small part, but I'm so happy to play that part and excited to see the results of all the conversations that come out of this conference.